Welcome to the show. It is me, your girl, Labora Lee. Welcome, my ambitious ones. And you have now tuned in to Ambitiously, the podcast. Yes, you have. You absolutely have. What you need to know is, though, today is Media Monday. Today is the day that we cover, the trending topics, talk about some things that's going on in the now and what's happening and all that good stuff. And I have plenty. Trust me, baby, I have plenty to talk about today. We got to get into it. But before we get into anything, there's a few things I would like you to know. First things first, the phone line is open, 443-850-4828. 443-850-4828. The phone line is always open and ready to go during the show. You could drop a comment, or you could ask me to drop the link, and I will, as long as you are on your best behavior. You come up here with some nonsense, I'm reading you for filth. I just need you to know it. Yes, I need you to know it. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Any like, any share, any subscription is greatly appreciated. I love you for it. Big love in advance to whoever listens to the show. I appreciate you. Speaking of that, we got a new country on our list today, but you'll find out when we get to that part. And if you would like to support the show, $ capital LURLUCIDITY. That's Laura Lucidity, and you can hit us with a donation on Cash App. Okay, got all that stuff out of the way. Now I gotta get to one thing before I get to anything else. I'll be right back. Just a sprinkle of fabulousness. Sign up today for Dior's newsletter and receive a complimentary gift with your purchase using the code WELCOME-YOU. Again, sign up for the newsletter, receive the complimentary gift at checkout when you use the code WELCOME-YOU. Fly shit. Definitely some fly shit. Everybody likes free gifts. Welcome you. Use that code when you go to checkout and you will receive a free gift from Dior. All right, so now let's get into some things. I have some things to talk about today. I really, really do. I try to organize things so that I can get to it the way I feel like I need to get to it, so just bear with me today. But first, we're going to talk about Travis Scott. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but a little while back, maybe a few weeks ago, we had the discussion about why he needs to not be doing certain things, because we still haven't completely got past the Astro World situation and all of that melee. And although I'm going to say this again, you try performing in front of what is supposed to be 50,000 people, which turns out to be 500 people, and tell me if you can hear what's going on out in the crowd. But I'm just saying, I digress. But anyway, this one right here, this is all him. So let's get into it. So he has, cleared one major hurdle in the nightclub dispute where he allegedly damaged equipment and assaulted a sound engineer. And while the criminal investigation remains open, from what we understand, charges are unlikely. Now, so that's one good part. Sources with direct knowledge says that Travis Scott settled with the honchos at Nebula in NYC, as well as the sound engineer who he allegedly attacked. It is unclear how much Scott had to, muster up, but the equipment he damaged was worth $12,000, $12K. While the settlement marks at least one victory for Travis, a spokesperson from NYPD says that this remains an active investigation. However, another law enforcement source says that the alleged victim has stopped cooperating, which poses potential issues for the case to move forward. That's how you do it. You gotta pay them off. I'm not done. I'll get to that part in a minute. Of course, there's always a chance the cops could use the video of the alleged incident to go after Travis, though that's unlikely given the lack of cooperation from the victim. So that's this is a whole mess and it's crazy, but I'm gonna tell y'all something in 1 second. It was last month. I told you it was a couple of weeks ago. So last month, when Travis lost his cool at the venue, allegedly getting pissed at the sound engineer turning down the volume during his DJ set. This is what it was all about. The sound engineer claims that Travis punched him in the face and destroyed a video board during the performance. Now, this is coming from Fox 5. As for the sound engineer, he did an interview from the hospital shortly after the incident saying that his neck is fucked up. Basically, he said, my arm is tingling. I have pins and needles going through it. So, of course, Travis Scott's rep is not about to talk to y'all. So just kill the noise. But listen, this thing with paying off people after major crazy incidents, with crazy incidences and stuff, this is not abnormal. This happens. And usually when you have money and you can pay these kind of things, and we know Travis got that paper, and maybe if he don't have the paper, he borrow it from his baby mama. But the point is this: when you got that dough and then something crazy happens like this incident at the club, it is very easy for these type of cases to disappear. And especially if the sound engineer has been paid off. I don't see him cooperating with the police to get Travis locked up. Like that's his right now, that's his bread and butter. That's his cash flow. Like why would he do that? It doesn't make much sense. So yeah, apparently he's not cooperating, and it is what it is. So let's move forward. Yeah, I'm on my it is what it is kick right now. Y'all gotta just deal with it. So, some good news though. I like this news. This news makes me very, very happy. I like where it's going. So Lamar Odom acquires a rehab center some rehab centers in California and vows to save lives. I like this. I like this for him. I like this, but let's get into it. So Lamar Odom has just invested in 3 narcotic treatment centers in California with the hopes of helping people turn around their lives, just as he did with his own several years ago. Hallelujah, 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 Lamar Odom. Yes. So, we've learned that the former LA Lakers star teamed up with the Christian hip hop artist Dante Ralston and a former Hall of Fame skateboarder, Dennis Martinez, to acquire the facilities in San Diego, Lemon Grove, and El Cajon. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I might be wrong. See me. A rep for Odom tells us that the venues consist of women's residential treatment homes and 2 women's detox and residential treatment homes as well. The buildings will be called the Odom Wellness Treatment Centers, and Lamar is vowing to be highly involved in the with the patients at the facilities. In fact, it's been said that Lamar is ready to start saving lives ASAP. He's ready. He wants to help everyone he can. Odom's reps say he is thankful that he has been given a second chance at his life and feels his destiny is to help others. If you recall, the 2-time NBA champ OD'd at Dennis Hoff's Love Ranch brothel in Nevada in 2015 and suffered kidney failure, heart attacks, and several strokes. Man, that's a lot to be going through, shorty. Odom insisted in in the special he did with TMZ. It's called Lamar Sex. I gotta say it, YouTube. I'm sorry, but it's called Lamar Sex, Drugs, and Kardashians. That the brothel owner tried to kill him and put drugs in him and stuff. Odom fortunately recovered from all of that. He went into rehab and eventually he got his life back together, and he is now getting serious about helping others follow in that same path. He brokered the deal with his management, K&R and Gating. So that's dope. Odom's reps say that he is not planning on stopping with just the 3 facilities either. He also has his eye on opening 2 more centers soon, one in San Diego and the other one in Calabasas. I am very, very proud, and we got some love, so I want to make sure we show love to anybody that's watching. I'm so proud of him. My boo's kicking it with your girls, the podcast. Y'all should check that podcast out. It's pretty dope. Big love to y'all. Anybody watching from Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, big love to you and shout out. But make sure y'all go check out my girls kicking it with your girls podcast. That's a dope ass podcast. I happen to be able to be have the beautiful opportunity to be a guest on. So yeah, check them out. Yeah, that's big love. I'm liking that vibe for Lamar. Like we said, he already had that incident out in Vegas, out in Nevada at the ranch where he OD'd and there was a lot of stuff. He said allegedly that he said for sure, but I'm saying allegedly that the owner tried to take him out. I don't know. I wasn't there. I had nothing to do with the incident. What I will say is this, though. I am glad he is in good spirits. I am glad he is healthy. I am glad that he has found and defined a focus in his life of positive vibes. It's all about positive vibes. I like it for him. I definitely like it for him. I think it's a good thing. And that's real. So big shout out to Lamar Odom. Big love to him. I'm so proud of him. Man, he's come a long way. All right, let me do this really quickly and I'll be right back because we got to pay these bills. I'll be right back. What they're offering might just have you in the mood to get naked. Flex offers $100 off a 6-pack of wine for $39.99, including shipping. Again, the offer is $100 off of a 6-pack of wine for $39.99 with shipping included. These are not small bottles of wine. These are your normal size bottles of wine, and you're guaranteed to fill your wine cellar or have a really good time. Get it now, y'all. Get it. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, I'm so proud of Lamar, y'all. Like, he's coming a long way. And I think that's the type of thing that, like, doing some good for others is the thing that keep you on the straight and narrow. So big shout out to Lamar Odom. Speaking of basketball, let's get to WNBA star Brittany Griner. She got released and now she is greatly concerned about for Russia detainee Wall Street Journal reporter, and she calls on Biden to bring him home. Ooh, Brittany, this is a thick one because there's a lot still going on over in Russia and between Russia and Ukraine. So I don't know. I hope they bring him home. I'm always here for making sure that my fellow journalists are, brought home safely. But here's what we have. Brittany Griner weighed in on the Russia detainment of Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Grishevich. I probably said it wrong. I don't know. But she says greatly concerned. She's greatly concerned for his safety and is urging President Biden to do everything he can do to bring him home. The Women's National Basketball Association star took to Instagram Saturday night to show her support for the journalist who was taken into custody by Russian authorities last Thursday and accused of spying. It's thick right now, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. As you know, she was convicted by a Russian court for possessing cannabis oil in 2022, and she spent 10 months in a Russian jail before President Biden, his administration got her released from the prison in a prison swap. Do we have anybody else to swap with and for? But anyway, Brittany and her wife, Cheryl, wrote, "Our hearts are filled with great concern for Evan and his family since Evan's detainment in Russia. They continued. Every American who is taken is ours to fight for, and every American returned is a win for us all." Oh no, y'all. But the couple then called on Biden to use every tool that he has at his disposal to bring the young man, the journalist, home, as well as all Americans who have been wrongly detained abroad. The journalist was the first U.S. journalist to be detained in Russia on an espionage charge since the Cold War. Oh man, that's crazy. The Wall Street Journal has denied the spying charge and demanded that the immediate release of the journalist. President Biden sent a blunt message Friday to Russia to let him go. Referring to the journalist, VP Kamala Harris said she's deeply concerned about the arrest amid rising tensions with Moscow over Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It's getting thick out here, y'all. Y'all gotta be careful. And the U.S. officials were working to gain access to the journalists, but so far have not been able to do so. So when it comes to, these international situations, generally we don't have, like, us as a people, we can want all we want, but different cultures, different countries, different laws, different ways of saying things. Again, do we have anybody else that we can trade, the people we still have over there for? I don't know. I think that dude that we traded for Brittany was like the big one. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see, what happens over these upcoming weeks. Will, the administration make it happen? I don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But I will keep everybody posted because this is what I do over here. I like to keep y'all posted on the things that's going on in the world. This is why this is Media Monday. Okay. So this I'm sorry, but I'm going to call him what I call him because this is what he is, this asshole. Andrew Tate has been released from a Romanian jail. Shout out to Romania. I got love for them. We'll see at the end of this. Rome. I can't believe they let him out. But anyway, I can't believe because I'll get to that in a minute. But the asshole Andrew Tate has been released from a Romanian jail after spending 3 months locked up for sex trafficking. I can't put it any other way. I'm sorry. Allegations. So they let him go. He's home. He's out now. So that Court of Appeals ruled in favor of Andrew and his brother Tristan on their latest appeal of the recent 30-day extension of their time behind bars. The two have filed unsuccessful appeals on previous occasions. Like, this is nuts. I don't know, but again, different countries, different cultures, different things. Like, they do things differently everywhere you go. You just don't know how it might play out. A spokesperson for Andrew and Tristan say that they will be placed under house arrest while the investigation continues, adding that their team is ecstatic about the news. We're told both brothers were excited to be reunited with their families once again and are thanking their supporters for standing by them. Ooh, jeez. Andrew and his bro posted cryptic tweets on this Wednesday that just passed, simply pointing to Friday, although it is unclear after either were aware of their upcoming releases. So I don't know. Did they know? I don't know. But anyway, as reported, the two were arrested in December. Andrew was accused of the R word, I'm going to say that, and running a human trafficking ring. The noise surrounding his arrest came directly after he got into a Twitter beef with environmental activist Greta Thunberg. And I don't even know why he was beefing with her. Like, dude, you are an adult and she is a kid, and all she wants is the world to be safe and clean. But whatever. That's why I call him an a-hole, because it was like, what are you really doing? People were also poking fun at Andrew while locked up. Yeah, they were. After saying he saw himself with a full head of hair. After saying he saw himself with a full head of hair in his reflection around the same time by a shocking image of him really having really thin hair after the arrest. Like, he started thinning. So, by the way, a rep for Andrew says that people were too focused on his hair when they should be looking at the potential dangers of the false allegations. It makes it okay. Let me get to Andrew, because I just gotta talk about him. Here's what makes it hard for anybody to empathize or sympathize with Andrew. If you go back and you look at footage of him speaking, and especially to the ladies, it's very hard to be empathetic for him or sympathetic for him, just on the simple fact that he's a dick. He's an asshole. So, I mean, I don't know if the allegations are true or false. Are they true or false accusations? I don't know. But he makes it pretty damn hard for anybody to believe that they're false. I'm just saying. Obviously, I have a disdain for Mr. Tate, but it is what it is. He's a dick. All right, let's get to this Tekashi situation at the gym. Now, we reported a couple of days ago, about him being assaulted at the gym. It was recorded. So it's kind of like they can't really say that they didn't do it, but let's get into the story. So, the mugshots of the three dudes that attacked Tekashi, the three dudes that attacked Tekashi have been released. It's them. You clearly see it's them. If you saw the footage where Tekashi got jumped and beat down in the gym, and then you compare it to those, it's them. So it's just totally them. So they were arrested for allegedly beating and robbing. See, I didn't know they robbed them, but beating and robbing Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tekashi should be sleeping a little bit easier, because the cops say that they have the three men who beat the crap out of him in custody. A rep for the Palm Beach Sheriff Sheriff's Office tells sources that detectives rounded up Rafael Medina Jr., Octavius Medina, and Anthony Maldonado for assaulting and robbing the New York rapper. The suspects were being booked this Thursday that just passed and processed into county jail. So the three men assaulted the rapper earlier this month while he was in a sauna at LA Fitness in South Florida. Surveillance video showed them make a beeline for him as soon as they entered the gym. It is unclear if the suspects have any connection with the gang members Tekashi flipped on, turned, ratted on in court, which I doubt it. Despite the threat of retaliation after Tekashi testified, Tekashi hardly went into hiding once he finished his brief jail sentence or prison sentence. He returned to making music and trolling enemies on social media. And even after the gym attack, he claimed he wouldn't increase his security because he saw the incident as a fluke. I don't know how that was a fluke, but okay. So it'll be interesting to see if he returns to the regular gym or if he does, like I told him on the last show where we spoke about this, to get a home gym, start working out at home because it's not safe out here for you in these streets, boy. But, if he'll go back to his regular routine at a public gym after, now that his attackers are behind bars. What's interesting is when they first reported this story, when it was first reported and everything was going on, first thing they were saying was like they were hurling racial slurs and da-da-da-da-da. But if you just heard what I said about the names of the three dudes that attacked him, all of them were Hispanic. So I don't think it was racially motivated, nor do I think it has anything to do with Treyway. I don't. Reason why I don't think that is because I really believe, and this is all alleged, I really believe that this really was just to get some shine. They wanted to feel, like they was doing something. They knew they was going to be talked about. They knew that. But I'm still mad that they didn't mention in early reports that they robbed him as well. And then with Tekashi always like flaunting his money and showing everybody this and showing everybody that, I don't think it was a gang retaliation. I think that it really was, some clout and a couple of dollars. That's what I think. I can't say it was a gang retaliation. I won't say that. But yeah, that's what's being reported on that situation. Where we at on time? Okay, we're good. So let's get to this Jonathan Majors situation. And I got a lot to say about this. But anyway, if you don't know, now you know. Well, first, if you don't know who Jonathan Majors is, and I believe we talked about him already as well, he is an American actor, pretty dope. Yeah, we did talk about him because I told y'all he was in White Boy Rick, and he played one of the Curry brothers. I think it was Mark Curry. He played one of the Curry brothers, and then also he has been in a lot of other things as well. And more recently, him and Michael B. Jordan did Creed together. So that's that, right? So let's get into what's going on. So his lawyers show texts from but recently he's gotten wrapped up in the situation with a little chick that he was a little broad he was dealing with. And he was arrested for assaulting her. But this is what his lawyers have to say. So his lawyers show some texts from the alleged victim. I want to say she's the alleged girlfriend. So Mr. Major's attorney says that she has receipts regarding the assault claims against her client, texts in which the alleged victim admits that she is to blame, which I think I said that a little bit before because I felt like I did. She says she doesn't want the actor to be prosecuted. Major's lawyer, I hope I said it right. Pyra Chudry. I don't know. Chudry. I don't know how to say her name. The woman in question sent a few texts to the Creed 3 actor hours after the arrest last weekend, admitting that she was the one who used physical force against him. That's what she said. And the text, his lawyer claims that the woman sent, she says how angry she was that Jonathan had been handcuffed, and she added, "We'll make sure nothing happens about this. I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone." Ladies, y'all gotta stop grabbing these dudes' phones, man. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. The text exchange continued a few hours later with the woman reiterating that she's pushing hard to make sure that the DA doesn't charge Jonathan for the incident. His lawyer says she has turned these text messages over to the law enforcement. As reported, he was arrested for misdemeanor assault. Oh no, misdemeanor assault. Let me fix this real quick. Can't have that happen. So he was arrested for misdemeanor assault, aggravated harassment, attempted assault, and harassment. Dang, they just slapped all them charges on him after the woman allegedly saw another woman texting him and tried to sneak a peek at his phone. His lawyer said Sunday that she was already working to gather evidence, disproving the claims, which seems to include these text messages we just spoke of. And she believes that there is also video footage from inside the vehicle where the alleged incident went down, that will clear Jonathan. And so we're going to see what happens. But there's a couple of things I want to say about that. First things first. As a woman, as a woman who's been in love with a man, I'm not even going to say who has been, because I still, the hard ones was the hard ones. But you got to get over it, girl. I don't believe in grabbing a man's phone. I don't believe in it because it's a lot that can go with that. One, you see what happened with them. You see what happened, you heard what happened with them. They got the tussling. He wanted his phone. And then next thing you know, the police get involved. And now it's a whole assault and harassment and some more aggravated harassment and attempted assault. It's so much like that goes along with that. And then you got to backtrack afterwards. Like, I didn't mean for that to happen to you. But if you had just stayed in your lane and not grabbed that man's phone, everything would have been cool. Fellas, it's a lot to say to y'all about this. One is, be careful what you out here doing, because there's some lunatics out here that really, really be on one. And your phone is the first thing they go for. They want to go through your phone and see what you're doing, what you up to, what you got in there, who you talking to, who you messing with besides them. This is what they do, right? So that's one. Two, I'm not even going to get on the race thing, but Kanye said it and then Kanye felt it. Let's just say that. But I don't believe in these. What you hide in the dark always comes to light. So there's no reason for you to try to play detective, ladies, and grab that man's phone. Now all of this is happening, and this man got to prove that he's innocent because she saw it. Same thing happened with Rihanna, and I'm not saying what Chris Brown did was right, but I'm also not saying what Rihanna did was right. But same incident. Somebody was texting him. She grabbed the phone, went through the phone, and guess what? That man got arrested, and there was a whole bunch of stuff. Now he probably shouldn't have bit her and beat her up like how he did, because he did that. But I also think she also admitted she had his nuts in her hand, so, and she was squeezing them. So I don't know what you do when a broad got your nuts, your balls, your testicles in her hand and are squeezing. I don't know what you do at that point. So I don't know. It's all over the place. But just stay out of people's phones. Like, if they want you to see what's in their phone, they'll hand you the phone and you could just look through it. You feel me? But it causes a lot of unnecessary drama. Where we at on time? We good, y'all. We good. I'm glad we good because this right here. So we all know you should have. I don't know where you have been if you have not heard this yet, but Donald Trump has been indicted. And it's so weird that this is the thing that they chose to indict him on. But let's get to it. So he's been spotted since then, and he did, from my understanding, fly to New York today to turn himself in. For this said situation, we do know that this indictment basically pretty much has everything to do with Stormy Daniels. If you don't know who Stormy Daniels is, she is a porn star that he alleged had a situation with. But this is what I was looking for here, because I want to put this up on the screen real quick. But he allegedly had a situation with her, and it went down or whatever, and then he lied about why he's in trouble. Not because he had a situation with her. Men have affairs every day, B. It's not because he had a situation with her, but because he lied about it and then tried to pay her off to not really speak on it. This is why he's in trouble. So, yeah. He went to turn himself. I don't see that this is being like the biggest, you know what I mean? Like, this is not that major, but at the same time, it's major. It's major. So he's in trouble for that. Among other things, though, I'm going to share my screen really, really quickly. Among other things, though, right? Hold on, let me get this on the screen. I'm already a member. Hold on, let me put this on the screen. But among other things, he's in trouble for. But this just happens to be one of them. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this up really quickly, and we're gonna talk about it. So now that he's in trouble for that, of course, they are coming for his head. So this is a shot of him getting on a plane earlier so he could take his butt to New York and surrender himself. That's that, right? But from my understanding, it's a lot now that they got, you know what I think they really did is, they do this a lot of times when it comes to court and, people being arrested and getting in trouble. What they'll do is they'll find like the smallest charge to try to get you with first, just so they can get you. And then it makes it easier for them to do the other things that they want to do. So it says he faces setbacks and other probes as New York case proceeds. So it looks like to me that they're going to be trying to do some other things, but we'll read this really quick. So it says, this is an Associated Press, by the way. It's a very valuable source. It's one of my first sources always, one of my main sources always, because it is where the news goes first. 95% of the time. So anyway, former President Donald Trump faces the most urgent legal challenge of his life this week in New York, where he is set to be arraigned, which tomorrow he's set to be arraigned on charges arising from hush money payments during his 2016 campaign. Again, he tried to pay her off so she wouldn't admit to the affair that they had so that he could become president. Okay. Just catching you up real quick, just catching you up. Um, but as much as the attention will be on the courthouse in Lower Manhattan, investigation from Atlanta to Washington will press forward, underscoring the broad range of peril he confronts as he seeks to reclaim the presidency. Ah, the vulnerability Trump faces in Washington alone has become clear over the past month, as judges in a succession of sealed rulings have turned aside the Trump team's efforts to block grand jury testimony with witnesses, including his own lawyer and his former vice president, Pence, who were and are close to him and could conveniently offer direct insight to the key events. Again, like I said, they do this from time to time where, they get you and it really, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm going to, because it is the truth. This is very much, he said this was political. This is very much political. It's a lot of people in Washington that don't want him to be the president again. They don't want him to run for presidency. And there is, he does have a huge following of people who will gladly vote for him. So I believe this is political. Absolutely. For sure. I do. But we ain't gonna stay on Trump too long. But I just wanted to note that this is very much political, and it's like they are hunting for him. And then you still have that thing that happened at the Capitol building that they're still kind of perturbed about. So we're gonna see what happens with this whole court stuff. Now, LSU Tigers won the championship, but this is not the score. Let's just say this: the score, they defeated Iowa 102-85 yesterday in Dallas. But that's not why we're talking about this. What we're talking about is how it's always somebody trying to paint the African American woman as the angry Black woman. We are not always angry. And if we are angry, we've had reasons to be angry. But in this case, it's a competitive sport. Guys play basketball and taunt each other all the time during basketball games. They do. I mean, sometimes it breaks into a fight, but they taunt each other. But this particular situation, the young lady who was being taunted started the taunting. And then because the African American young lady decides to taunt her back, now she's ghetto and she's this and she's that and she's unsportsmanlike and all of this good stuff. And I find that disgusting. Let them play the game. The white girl did it too. So why is it fair for her to do it and not the young Black lady? It's just stupid. I think her name is Angela Reese or something like that, but it's stupid. But yeah, big shout out to them. Oh yeah, Reese. Okay, yeah. Reese. Her last name is Reese. The point is, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, honey. Anyway, let me keep it moving because I do want to get to the love, really, and I don't want to linger on stories too long. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Stop labeling us. Now, what if we just go around and start labeling other people too? Like, you the angry Caucasian lady, or you the angry Asian lady, or you the angry Hispanic lady. Come on. It's basketball. Let them go out there and do what it is that they do. People, like I said, when it comes to men and playing sports, they taunt each other all the time. And ain't nobody running around like, oh, he's ghetto. He did this, so this is, no. It's a sport. It's a sport. It wasn't poor sportsmanship when the other young lady was doing it during the same game. It's not unsportsman. It's not bad sportsmanship when it's done back to her. Like, we are mad because they lost. I felt like that's really boils down to. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Get to this last thing. I'm just disgusted by the bad. Like, everybody is not angry. Every black woman is not angry. And if I'm playing a competitive sport, know that it's going to be some taunting in there. Just get over it. Anyway, this is something that shocked me, honey. But we gonna get into it really quickly. I'm sorry, I had to crack my hand. I hurt my hand yesterday, and ever since I just feel like I gotta keep cracking my knuckles. But anyway, McDonald's to close offices briefly ahead of layoffs. First of all, McDonald's is laying people off, but not in the restaurants. Well, one thing that they've done where they probably won't have to lay people off in the restaurants is they've inserted these kiosks that you go to now and you place your order. And so that eliminates the need for a lot of employees within the restaurants. But we're talking about in the offices. Apparently, hold on, let's get to this story really quickly. Okay, Associated Press. Told y'all that's my source. I always go to them when I want the real news. I don't go to them just because. I go to them for the real news. So anyway, let's get to this really quickly, and then we're gonna give some love because we got a new country. So yeah, they're temporary closing U.S. offices ahead of layoffs. McDonald's has closed its U.S. offices through Wednesday, and told its corporate staff to work remotely as it prepares to announce a round of layoffs. In a memo, the workers posted on the website, thelayoff.com, the Chicago-based burger giant said it wanted to ensure the comfort and confidentiality of its people during the notification period. So they don't want everybody to know that this is happening to them. So I guess if they're already at home, it can't really hurt them that bad. I don't know. And they would hold all notification meetings virtually. It told and the national corporate staff to follow guidance in their particular regions. The company said in a memo that the layoffs are intended to make McDonald's more efficient. Oh, what if they're getting kiosks for the... Okay, whatever. We have a clear opportunity ahead of us to get faster and more effective at solving problems for our customers and the people and to globally scale our successful market innovations to speed, the company says. McDonald's declined to comment on the memo or the layoffs on Monday, which is today. The memo was first reported in the Wall Street Journal. No, this is crazy. I mean, specifically on the corporate side, I'm a little shocked, to be honest, that they are going to be laying people off. I think them closing their offices was like the safe thing to do because nobody can kind of go postal, come up and try to blow the joint up because they have been laid off. So I think that's why they're doing it this way. Wow. And as far as being fast and efficient and all the speed and all of that crap, McDonald's, the people we want our food in a timely manner because you are a fast food giant, but I want my order right. I want my order to be prepared properly and right. I want my fries to be hot, even though I can't even eat at McDonald's anymore. I haven't been able to eat at McDonald's in years. But I want my food to come back on time. I want it to be there in a timely fashion, but I also want it to be correct. And I want my fries hot. And I don't want no back talk from somebody because they mad because they got my order wrong. These are the things that maybe should work on. I don't know that people got beef with people in corporate. I don't. And I don't know that I feel sorry for anybody in corporate either. You've had a good run. You've gotten fat. lovely and all of that good stuff. So yeah, it's what it is. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't really feel sad for it. I don't. Okay. So again, big shout out to anybody who's watched from YouTube, anybody who's watched from Facebook, and anybody who has watched from Twitch this evening. I appreciate you very much for checking this live. Again, big shout out to Kicking It With Your Girls podcast. I love it over there. Again, I've had the opportunity to be a guest on that show. Really great, dope podcast. Make sure you check it out. Now, for my people that listen to this podcast, I love you guys so much. You guys are extraordinary. I got big love that I got to spread this evening, and I'm going to spread it. So, rock with me. First, my top 6, the United States, France, Germany, India, UK, and Belgium, specifically Brussels. Hi, darlings. I appreciate you so much, and I love you. Thank you for consistently coming back and downloading this podcast. And that's not to say that I love any of you any less, because that's not true. It's just they download the most. That's why they always get the shout outs first. Okay. But it's nothing personal. They just download the most. Brazil, I love you. Netherlands, I love you, baby. Singapore, I love you. South Africa, I love you. UK, I already said the UK. Spain, I love you. Philippines, I love you. Australia, I love you. Japan, I love you. Mexico, I love you. Ireland, I love you. Nepal, I love you. Mauritius, I love you. Israel, I love you. Canada, I love you. Hong Kong, hi, babies, I love you. I got more people I got to show love to. Hold on. Russia, I know I just finished doing a story on this whole situation, but it's not your fault. It's government. Just like any other country, you're not in control of what the government does, so I don't blame you. China, same thing. Big love to you, though. Thank you for coming and listening to this podcast. See who else we got. I said Poland. Okay, no, they're not on here. So, yeah, Poland, big love to you. Tunisia, big love to you. Venezuela, baby, big love to you. I got big love for you. Hi. Turkey. I got more people to love on real quick. Okay, so Turkey, big love to you. Indonesia, big love to you. Switzerland, big love to you. I love you guys. Oh, I love you guys. Austria, big love to you. I love you. Kenya, Pakistan, and Romania. I got a lot. Just did a story on, well, it was really on Andrew Tate, but I mean, whatever his name is. But big love to Romania. I got love for you as well. Man, I told y'all I had a new country on the list. And I just want to make sure I got everybody. Pakistan, Kenya, big love to you. Pakistan, Romania, I said y'all. New Zealand, welcome. Hi, welcome. And thank you for, coming and downloading this here podcast. I love you. I appreciate you. I do. And last but not least, Nigeria, big love. Let me make sure we don't have nobody new on this list too, though, because I don't want to miss anybody. I'm all excited about New Zealand, but I don't want to miss anybody. But yeah, welcome, New Zealand. Welcome, welcome. I like to see that. That was awesome. You have no clue. I saw that earlier. Like, what? New Zealand, hi. Oh, let me make sure we got everybody, though. Make sure I got everybody, baby. Hold on 1 second. Just don't want to miss anybody, okay? So I said Nigeria. Yep. I think I covered everybody. We did Canada. We did France in the beginning. India. Yeah, we got everybody. So, yeah, I'd love to see a new country added to our situation. It's always exciting. It always makes me happy. Just the love is real. And so I appreciate you guys. And I love you very, very much. Thank you for downloading this podcast, because you don't have to, but you do. You show big love, and I appreciate you for it very much. Very, very much. Like big, I do. It's a wonderful thing that you guys do that. So announcements. I know I have not been doing Wet and Wired Wednesday lately because Mama has been trying to settle into this whole other situation she got going on over here. Plus, she then the other business. It's just a lot. And then I'm a mom, so it's like two businesses, one job, and then motherhood, and I have to juggle all of these things. So I've been, and then life in general. I've been trying to juggle that too. It's been a lot over there too. So I haven't really been doing Wet and Wired Wednesday, and I haven't been doing Hood History because I've been trying to adjust to these things. But this Wednesday, I will be doing Wet and Wired Wednesday, and it's gonna be a little interesting. The things that I have to say this Wet and Wired Wednesday. Um, some self reflection on my own part. Y'all know I like to hold myself accountable to some of the things that I do, but I think that we all will be able to relate to this conversation we're about to have on Wet and Wired Wednesday. So stay tuned. Make sure you tune in for that. Fire Friday, of course, I will be here as usual, churning out the dope music that is sent to me that I have been given permission to play. And then this Saturday coming up, I don't know if I could do that because, Easter's coming and all. I might try to squeeze in a Hood History really quick because I had something on the books that I wanted to talk about, but I haven't really, again, juggling everything. I haven't had time to do that or Wet and Wired Wednesday. But I am back on schedule. I'm back on task. We will be doing all of these things because these are the things that we do. And I love doing it. So make sure you tune in on Wednesday. Make sure you tune in on Friday. And make sure you definitely, I'll let you know by Friday if I'm doing a Hood History. I think I'm going to have time on Friday, on Saturday to do a Hood History though. So I'll let you know about that. I'll keep you posted. And that's that. So, other things that I need to say. Oh, don't ever get it twisted. And we are going to be working on the boutique as well. It's a new inventory that came in. I'm trying to do way too many things at one time. But a girl likes to stay busy. She don't like to be idle. Idle minds are a horrible, horrible thing. So new inventory will be in the boutique really, really soon. So stay tuned for that as well. If you would like to come on the show, hit us up, ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. Ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You see it. The phone line is always open. I don't know why y'all be playing like y'all don't know. Phone line is always open. You can always drop a comment. You can always ask me to drop the link, and I will, as long as you're on your best behavior. But I said that in the beginning, and I'm going to say it again. But make sure y'all do drop a comment, show some love, so I can say hi to you, because I would like to say hello and address you while you're watching the show. If we play music, which we usually don't do it until Fire Friday, we have permission to play all music that we play. I don't go around playing music that I don't have permission to play. It's just not my steam. I don't get down like that. Again, remember, like, share, and subscribe. Every like, every share, and subscription is greatly appreciated. Check out our website. I just talked about the boutique and the new inventory that we're going to be putting in there. www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com. www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com. Make sure you check out the boutique when you go over there. There is a link that'll take you straight to the boutique. I just need it. I'm trying to juggle everything. Donations, if you would like to drop a donation, $ capital LURLUCIDITY, Lord Lucidity. Again, it's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Cash at me. You know what I mean? We appreciate donations too. And we are on all streaming sites. I don't care. We're at Spotify. That's how I found out about New Zealand. iHeart, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music. We are everywhere, baby. Samsung, they got their own little podcast thing going on. We there too. Pandora, we are everywhere. So just make sure you check us out. Go download, like, prior shows so you could get familiar with this podcast and what we are here to represent and stand for. We are a variety show. We talk about a many of things. Like Mondays, we talk about the media. Wednesdays, we just have an adult conversation that needs to be had. And Fridays, we drop in fire. And then we got a whole nother podcast, Hood History. That's a podcast by itself, though. But check it out. You know what I mean? Go to, and Hood History is on all streaming sites as well. So go check it out. Mm-hmm. Now I got some other things I have to say. Oh, I'm doing good. I am doing good. Let me put this back on the screen for a second. I'm doing good. Yes, I am. I like when I be on time, though. Anyway. There are a few things that I always like to say at the end of this podcast. First things first, mind your business. Everybody's business is not your business. And if you would like to be nosy, you should come here on Media Mondays, and I'll help you be nosy the right way. Here in these streets, being nosy the wrong way. Secondly, it's just a healthier way to live, Come here, I tell you everybody's business, and then you just go about your business and have a safe and lovely day. I feel like that's a beautiful thing. Now, staying in your lane and minding your business is two different things. I'll get to that in a minute. Love your babies, hug your babies, encourage your babies. They need you to tell them every freaking day that they are the greatest of all times. They need that encouragement. I can't say it enough. I encouraged 15 other kids besides my one kid every morning when I take my kid to school. Why? Because they need that. They need you to make them feel like they are important and that they are awesome. And so I do it. I extend it to all children. I feel like it's necessary. If they want to work for NASCAR, then tell them to be the best pit boss, NASCAR driver, commentator, or whatever the hell, pit crew, whatever the hell else they do over there at NASCAR. I don't know. I don't work for NASCAR. I never have. If they want to work for NASA, then tell them to be the best astronaut, engineer, receptionist, secretary, janitor, or whatever the hell else they do over there at NASA. I don't know. I've never worked there either. But what I know is those people got to where they were or are because they had encouragement to be great. And so we should keep encouraging our kids to be great. I feel very strongly about this. And last but not least, stay in your lane. I told you I was going to explain the difference. Difference is minding people's business. You a little nosy, but you're not inserting yourself in stuff that has nothing to do with you. But jumping into people's lanes, that's where you're putting yourself in something you have nothing to do with. And you don't want this because you do this. You do that all day. You don't want her. She's not a nice person. She's not all that sweet. You don't want her. You want her. Because she's so sweet and cuddly and just adorable and loving. But even her. Because when I'm purring, baby, I'm a happy girl. And then that makes me go to the one you just heard before this. But stay in your lane, because what usually happens when you jump in people's lanes is a collision. And who the fuck needs that? Who needs that? Nobody needs that. So just stay in your lane. It's ugly out here, y'all, and it's too much. And it is a such thing as doing too much. And so when you're jumping in other people's lanes, you're doing way too much. Now, with that being said, you guys are amazing. Thank you to those who have tuned in from YouTube, from Facebook, from Twitch. I appreciate you guys so much. And a special thank you in advance to anybody who downloads this podcast. I love you. Thank you. You guys are awesome. You're great. I will be back on Wednesday. Make sure you tune in. We got some things to talk about. Some adult things. We're going to do some adulting. And we're going to take some accountability as well. So tune in. Wet and White Wednesday. We're going to have a conversation. And with that being said, y'all, man, you guys are so dope. A girl couldn't ask for a better audience than you. But with that being said, guess what? I got to get out of here. Can't stay on here forever. But I love you guys. Be safe. Have a good night. Bye.